Hey guys, happy Monday, January 30th. We have great stuff today. Looks like we got a small group so far. Hopefully, we see the crowd kind of build on here, but we want to make sure that you guys were aware and pushing your value added services. So, we have a special guest on today. We have Sana R7 on from Boost Shield to help maximize your guys' potential. And we want to talk a little bit about MLOT, which is money left on the table. So, I know everyone's time is valuable, so we want to make sure that we get these calls started on time. We do them every Monday at noon. Try to make sure that they're over by 12:30 so you guys can get back to your busy schedules. I know we're getting ready for tax time, but I want to thank you so much for hopping on right now. Sana, can you hear me out there?
I can. You sound great, Adam.
All right, perfect. So we have you as a presenter, so you can go ahead and share your screen, and we will go ahead and get started. And again, happy Monday. Hope everyone, if you are Chiefs fans or Eagles fans or adopt your team for the Super Bowl, 2 weeks to the Super Bowl should be exciting. But great stuff for you guys today. So without further ado, Sana R7 will go into our Boost Shield best tips and practices to make you guys that cash money.
Yes, thank you. So, Adam's going to talk a little bit later about the actual money left on the table reports, I believe. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about is really it's they're going to align exactly with what Adam's saying. So, the way to make money selling Boost Shield is one, you got to sell it, right? But also, we're going to talk in a minute about how to retain your customers. So, the number one thing, you can't retain a customer if you don't sell them their Boost Shield. So let's talk about selling. I've actually been blessed enough to spend a little time in stores recently. And what's really cool is I'm listening to a lot of the objections that I hear in the doors. All of them have been in Chicagoland. So hopefully, in your guys' door. And the number one objection I was hearing was this one: I'll just get a new phone if something happens. Unfortunately, a lot of the times people do say, okay, make sure you buy it from us when you do. Not the best answer, right? Because what we don't tell them is that when they do come in with that broken or lost phone, they're not going to get the same pricing that they got today. So I know this is very basic information, but it is really important. I think sometimes we give our customers a little too much credit and we assume that they already know this. They don't. They spent, $50 in the store today, $80, $100. They think that they're going to spend the same amount next time. What they're not realizing is their bill won't be included and they're going to pay full price plus tax plus setup, right? A little trick that I have for this sales objection is to walk over to the price of the phone. So even though you guys are selling phones all day long, you know your stuff, you know exactly what everything costs, people only listen to a third of what you're saying. Hopefully that's not the case on this call, but that's what they say. People are only listening to a third of what you're saying. So if you have the time and you could physically walk over to that device, walk over to that price tag and be like, hey, it looks like your device is going to be $229 plus tax plus setup. Right? Again, even though you know that price off the top of your head, try walking over to it. Naturally, a customer is going to follow you and go, wait, how much am I paying today? Oh, no. Today you're getting the hookup price. If something happens, if you break your phone, crack your phone, anything like that, you can put them in a real life situation. That's when you're going to be paying this astronomical amount for the same device you're getting today. So currently the Boost Shield sales goal from DCI is 60%. Unfortunately, the DCI attach rate right now is 31.5%. So just a little bit more than half of what the goal is. Obviously, we all love DCI. We want to carry this number as much as we can, keep them on top. Out of all the DDPs, they are not on the top right now. So we're out here not only trying to make ourselves some money, make our customers save money, keep our customers loyal and protected, but increase DCI's attach rate too. My favorite form in the world is out here, and it's going to be out here a lot. It's another great way to pitch Boost Shield in terms of sales. And we're going to talk about this in a second around retention as well. If we could pull this form out. Now, again, right here, we're listing some features of Boost Shield, right? And so hopefully you guys don't have to talk about this. I know how the sales process goes. You don't have an hour with every single customer, but the cool thing about this form is they're looking at it. They're looking at it. You've got it in front of their face, right? You're waiting. You're maybe activating their device. You're in your, sales portal. You're running their phone numbers. They're glancing at this the whole time. Then what we need you to do is write in these figures. So the transaction goes like this. You've already pitched Boost Shield. Maybe they weren't listening, right? Hey, we can bundle price you out of here for less than $200. Maybe they didn't break it down. Okay, your plan every month is going to be $57. They go, whoa, my plan when I used to be with Boost was only $50. Oh, well, that's going to include your Boost Shield. Nah, I don't want it, right? That's usually how it goes. So that's when, bam, this form comes out. Hopefully it's been sitting there in front of them for a few minutes. At this point on this left side, I know I'm circling it and you guys can't see it. This is when you write the full price of the device. And this is the point where you walk over to that price tag, right? So you walk over and you, even though you know this, you walk over and you go, hey, looks like it's $229.99 plus $35. Or this one is $129.99 plus setup fee, not including taxes too, right? For those of you in Chicago, taxes kill. On the right side, you go ahead and you write the deductible amount. These deductibles are available on myphoneguardian.com. There are other sheets circulating. The thing is we can't send you the sheets because we do lower deductibles over at Likewize. So when the SRP drops, we lower the deductible. But go ahead and glance online on our website. You could do the drop down, figure out what the deductible is, and go ahead and pop that over here. Let the customer know, hey, listen, my owner requires you fill one of these out just so you don't come back in here next week and say that I didn't offer you Boost Shield. That phrase alone has a lot of impact. It will make them think like, oh man, I will have no one to blame if I do break my phone. Like I can't come back in here. For those of you on the call, I can't tell you how many times I get phone calls where they're like, hey, they didn't add the Boost Shield, but they broke their phone. Can they do anything? What? No. Like, no, we're not a charity. You have to have the Boost Shield. If they come in with a broken phone, for lack of better words, they're SOL, right? So we need to make sure that they do know. And so at that point, they would just go ahead and write their name, write their phone number, and sign. And it's okay. We don't need you guys at 100%. But a lot of times when they go to sign this paper, they're like, you know what, just add it on right now and I'll take it off later. Okay, so this is super, super helpful. But what I do also want to talk about is this taking it off later business. For the longest time, we used to say just add it, bundle it in. They can remove it at any time. These days, when it comes to the money left on the table reports, or when it comes to profitability for a partner, or when it comes to, loyalty for our customers, right? We want them to keep it until they're at least upgrade eligible. We call this retention. So if a customer has Boost Shield, the absolute worst situation is when they went in, they purchased the phone, they got the Boost Shield, they came in month 2, month 3, they removed the Boost Shield, and then they break their phone. I don't know if that's ever happened to you guys in stores before. I get a lot of those calls too. Like, hey, they were a customer for 65 days. They didn't break it, but then they broke it 4 days after they took off the Boost Shield. Again, you got to have Boost Shield to be protected. And that is an awful situation. So we do want to keep them protected until they're at least upgrade eligible. If they're keeping their phone for a long time, they do not have to have Boost Shield for 5 years, but at least until they qualify for discounts again for a variety of reasons. So how to get your customers to stick around. Here is a really, really cool idea for your BTN customers. There is the Boost One app. Hopefully you guys have all heard of that. And if you get your customers to log into the Boost One app at least once a day, just by logging in once a day, they get $10 a month. It's like $9.86. I want to be accurate. But it is more than what Boost Shield costs. So that would make their Boost Shield free. You can do that every single month. They could actually log in multiple times a day, every single day, and they can get like huge credits towards their bill. So if you get your customers in the habit of doing this, they will 100% have free Boost Shield as well as getting discounts on their bill every month. So this is a super cool feature. I don't think it's used enough. We have some people on my team that are doing it. It takes like 35 seconds a day. And as long as you do it every single day, again, it's almost $10 a month off your bill, which means free Boost Shield. Oh, I think you guys have seen this before. This is here on purpose. We would love to see you guys using this form for retention too. What that means is print a ton of them. Use them in every single sale. But also when your customer comes in and they're trying to remove their Boost Shield after month 3, same line, right? Hey, my owner requires me to have you fill one of these out just so that you don't come in here and say that this was accidentally removed or that I removed it by accident, right? Because if your phone breaks in a year, or I mean, within the next week after you remove it, you will have to pay full price. So you have them fill out the same exact form, the same way you would in a sales process. And then at that point, a lot of times they're going to be like, you know what, keep it, because life is hard. And I know there are times where you make a decision and then the second you do, you're like, oops, shouldn't have done that, right? And that's like the 13 calls I get a week where they're like, hey, they removed it. Can they file a claim? No. Okay, so let's try to use this form not only in every single sale, but also every single time a customer tries to remove their Boost Shield. I truly believe this is the way that we can protect our customers the best and just keep the doors as profitable as possible as well. Any questions about the form or the Boost One app or any of this?
That Boost One app is awesome, Sana. I haven't thought about that angle. So, yeah, guys, basically you can pitch, hey, free Boost Shield as long as you log into this every day. Think of it as a game. If any of your customers do like mobile games, you log into this app like as if it's a mobile game once a day, and the price of your Boost Shield will be covered. So it's a no-brainer to put it on a customer's phone and keep it on their phone.
Definitely. And if anyone has any questions on like how to work it or anything like that, please don't hesitate to hit me up. I've learned a lot about it. I absolutely love it. I'm baffled that not more people are doing it just because, again, there's people that get their entire bill paid with their Boost Shield just by the Boost One app.
Awesome. And is that Boost One app, is that only for white and black SIM cards or is that for everybody?
It's just BTN customers, yeah.
Right. So guided sales flow only, guys. Another advantage of activating on guided sales flow, which is one of our big priorities, that can help pay for their customers' device protection. All right. Thank you so much, Sana. Last chance, you guys got any questions for Sana before I kind of go over the rest of the information for this week's call? Okay, no questions. All right, Sana, thank you so much. I appreciate you as always. You guys, we should be a leader when it comes to device protection. This should be part of your assumption close. Whenever you're pitching a customer, remember, first of all, don't assume a one-line sale. Ask for that secondary line. Is there anyone else in your family who needs to add a device? And if that's the case, bundle in that device protection. Let's say, oh, yeah, actually, I have my son or daughter, I'm actually going to get them a phone as well. Don't pitch 2 lines for 80. It's 2 for 94, right? Because you're putting that extra $7 device protection on each line. If it is a one-line customer, the pitch should never be $50 a month, and you get to the point where it's, do you want to pay an extra $7 for insurance? They're going to say no. But if you pitch it as unlimited talk, text, data plus protection for $57 a month, they're going to say yes. So 2 key components in that. One, it's the power of words in sales. In salesmanship is a lot about transferring credibility from yourself over to the customer and getting them to believe in what you are pitching. You are the expert. They come to your store, they look at you as the expert, and they will go with where your confidence is at, how you're pitching, how you're presenting. If I go to a store and I'm looking for a phone and they say, do you need 2 lines or how many people in your family? I say, no, it's just me. They say, okay, well, it would be $57 a month on the talk, text, data plus protection. I'll say, okay, cool. Let's go. Let's sign up, right? If that same rep tells me, oh, is there anyone else in your family who needs a device? No, it's just me. Okay, and then you were interested in our $50 plan, right? You didn't need the extras on a 60. Yeah, I just need the 50. Okay, $50, you get limited talk, text, and data, 35 gigs of high speed. Then they go through activation process. Do you want to pay extra $7 for insurance? It's going to be a no 9 out of 10 times, right? So the same offer for customer A and customer B, but customer A has a bundled in unlimited talk, text, data, plus protection. The power of words. Everyone wants their phone protected. That's going to get you a yes. What people don't like is for their bill to go up. You told me 50. Now you're saying you want to pay an extra 7 for insurance? First of all, people don't like paying for insurance, but they love having things protected, right? So if you position it as device protection and you bundle it, unlimited talk, text, data, plus protection, that's going to stick for the majority of your pitches. If you don't do that, if you try to sell it and then you go through your activation steps and the window pops up to you, do you want to add $7 for insurance? You're going to get no's majority of the time. So it's a very simple, easy tweak in your sales process, which will have huge results for your store. And when we talk about MLOT in a second, which stands for money left on the table, that's money left on the table if you don't have device protection on each and every one of your customers. That goal that we are not hitting is even low to where I was at it. If it was my store that I was, say I was a manager or your DM or your owner, I'm gonna set that goal at 80% to be real with you, because I think 80% is very attainable. Another thing when you're pitching your device protection, you can never go with the first no. So let's say someone would talk text data for $57 a month. Unlimited talk text data plus protection, right? So I'm pitching it that way. The customer says, oh, well, your sign says 50 a month. Oh, yeah, you can answer this two ways. Oh, yeah, that's if you don't have device protection or insurance on there, they'll lower it $7. Okay, yeah, I don't need it, right? There's rep A answering that question. Rep B, who overcomes objections, will say, oh, $57 a month. Well, your sign says 50. What's the difference there? Well, we want to make sure your phone's protected. If you leave, then your store is not covered for lost, stolen, destroyed, no matter what happens to that phone. If you have protection, you pay a small deductible and you get another phone the next day and you're covered. You can't add protection after the first day, so we strongly recommend you add it right now at point of sale. Overcome that objection. Make them tell you no again. If they say no again, say, man, I'm just telling you, I've seen so many customers walk in and they're so upset because this phone that may have cost you $10 today is going to cost you $250. I would strongly recommend you add it today. You can always take it off later. I know Sana made a point about not saying take it off in month 2. I understand that. But you can always take it off later, but you can't add it later, right? So let's make sure you at least have it today when you leave your store. And in that pitch, your customers are going to say yes, and the majority of them will keep it on their phones. They will keep it on there month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, month 6. So it's all about that pitch and making the power of the words you're using, as well as not accepting that first no. We're all in sales. If you're on this call, you are in sales, and you have to be able to overcome objections. If a customer gives you objections and you just roll with it, like, oh, you said no, okay, fine. You're not maximizing the money you could make, the money your store can make, and the potential that each customer walking into your door has, right? Okay, let me shift gears real quickly. I want to talk about our boost priorities for February. So we have these out a little bit early, and you'll see the three priorities: driving traffic and tax season partnerships. So if you guys have not started driving those tax season partnerships for your doors, please do that today. We have folders at DCI for you. Reach out to your DCI account manager. We'll go with Edgar in our marketing and get those to you. Now, but what's the second priority? It says DOP on the slide. It should be guided sales flow, white and black SIM cards, and VAS, value added service. That's device protection. So the reason I have this included is value added services, device protection, Boost Shield is the number 2 priority for Boost across the board. And if you want to be a platinum partner or remain a platinum partner, you have to have strong value added services. We have a lot of dealers that have good activations, they have good 3MR, but that value-added services or adding that device protection isn't where it needs to be. And that's keeping you guys or them, not necessarily you on the call, but it's keeping our partners from being a partner who is a platinum partner. We can easily improve this, guys. If you follow these tips that we're giving you, they're not hard, they're simple. It's just a quick change to how you're pitching, right? Sana gave you those sheets. Those sheets are huge because customers see the value. I talked to you about just your pitch, bundling it in, unlimited talk, text, data plus protection, right? Those two little tweaks, you should easily be able to hit over 60%. My goal is 80% for you guys for value-added services. If your store is in the 20s or in the 30s, there's a big miss. And there's a big chance to improve in what you're doing because there's an opportunity there you guys aren't taking advantage of. Third priority for February is going to be ACP. I know any branded door on this call doesn't have Gen Mobile. That's for our multi-carriers. But ACP, also a big carrier. Now, and ACP bundles into this call as well, because don't forget, your ACP phone plans can have device protection. So really, priorities 2 and priorities 3, so just 66% of the priorities Boost has, all have device protection in mind, because your ACP phones, you can add device protection. And let's think about ACP, right? A customer whose bill is normally $57 a month with device protection is $27 a month with ACP. So if it's you or me out there and we got a bill to pay, my bill's either $57 or $27, it's much easier for me to pay that $27 a month bill. $30 cheaper. So $30 more dollars in my pocket. I can essentially almost pay 2 bills for the same price as one. Actually, you can, because 57 and 57 would be 2 bills, right? So you're getting 2 for 1 on that ACP. So if you're not an expert in ACP and value-added services, or if you're pitching ACP but you're not bundling value-added services, let this call be an eye-opener to you to include that with each and every customer. Next, before I jump more into the money left on the table, I wanted to remind you guys, or tell you guys, probably for the first time, of an Xfinity contest, which starts today. Any door that has Xfinity on this call, it runs January 30th through February 26th. They're giving away 60 large screen TVs. That's right, 60 TVs. Every week, they will be giving away multiple television sets. You have to sell 2 prepaid kits per week to qualify. The link is in this call. All of your DCI account managers have it. If you're not online and you're not taking a screen picture of this or getting the QR code that's on the slide, reach out to your DCI account manager and we will give this to you. I'm sure Xfinity will reach out to you as well. But this is just an awesome contest that's starting today and goes till February 26th. And they're going to have drawings each week, January 3rd, February 5th, the 6th to the 12th, 13th to the 19th, 23rd to 26th. So 4 different times to win. You have to get 2 kits per week, but you can win a large screen TV from Xfinity. That starts today. Want to make sure you guys are aware of it. Pretty awesome. So many times these contests roll out and we see low participation. You guys, get your participation up, because if, let's say, half people who sell Xfinity actually put these in, think how good your odds are to win a TV, especially if they're giving 90 or 60 of these away, 60 TVs away. That's a lot of TVs given away. So I hope all my doors win them all. So you guys make sure you're on taking advantage of this opportunity and getting these into your door. Each kit sold must be pre-activated in the current incentive week and be activated by customers by Wednesday the following week. You have to submit your sales to the website or it will not be counted. How the winners will be chosen is the sales submissions will be reviewed on the following Thursday at the close of each incentive week to validate if the kit's been activated by the Wednesday deadline. And it will be 15 winners a week selected at random. So 60 total, 4-week contest, 15 winners each week. If you are a winner, an Xfinity representative will reach out to you by the contact information given in your submission to get the TV shipped to you for free. So awesome deal. Love tax time, love promotions, love TVs, right? So this is a great promotion. Going from Infinity. Only Boost sales reps can qualify for the incentive. The kits have to be, again, pre-activated. But yeah, awesome stuff. Okay. Now let's talk about increasing your MLOT, which is money left on the table. We'll go into this in depth with owners when we're having like our business reviews or in-store visits, because on these calls, the audience is for all, right? So I don't want to dig into your store specific numbers, but let's put it this way. Even as a sales rep, if you are getting compensation on adding device protection, or for your store, if your store is getting compensation, your store is getting compensation on device protection, right? Think of where you're at now. And you can look at your commission as a sales rep. If you are at a, let's say, DCI's average, which is like what I think the slide that Son had up there was like 30%.
31.5.
31.5. Thank you, Sana. So I think of going at 31.5 to the goal that I set for you guys, 80%. Okay. Now take your commission that you earn on device protection and look at it where it is now at 31.5 to 80%. So that's basically more than double. It's about 250% of what you're earning now. We talk about money left on the table. It's the money you're earning now to the potential where it could be. And when I say 80%, it sounds high, but it's not. Like I've been a frontline sales rep just like all of you guys, and I was always around 82, 83% when it came to device protection because of how I'm going to sell it. I'm gonna do the assumption close. I'm going to put it on everyone's line. I'm going to overcome objections. When I say 80%, it's a realistic goal. It's a high goal. It's realistic. Okay. Even if you don't hit that goal, let's say you hit 60, you're still going to be well above the Boost average. But you can hit 80. So look at your money right now that you're earning from Boost Shield and double it and then half on it again, right? That's your money left on the table. When it comes to owners, we can look at this money at the store level and do the same exercise. Also, when you look at device protection, you think about more customers staying with you when you have device protection because they're not going to switch off to a competitor. So if you have a customer that you don't add Boost Shield to, and their phone breaks in month 2, and they got that phone from you, it was a no port, no problem, $20. Sweet. Oh, no, I don't need to add device protection to that. I got such a good deal on my phone, I'm good to go. And you did not close the deal to get device protection. The phone breaks in month 2. What's going to happen? Oh, that phone you bought for $20, that's going to cost you $250 to replace it. What are your customers going to do? They're going to leave, right? They're going to go to Cricket. They're going to go to Metro. Nah, I'll go over here where I can get another free phone or another good deal on the phone. However, if you have device protection for that same customer, you know, that's actually the retail value of that phone is $250. But since you have device protection on there, you can make a claim for $20 and we'll get your phone by the next day. It'll be shipped to you. You'll have it tomorrow. So not only does that increase the money in your pocket by having device protection, but it's going to increase your second month payment and your third month payment, which increasing your second, third month payment is very important to money left on the table. If your customer doesn't pay a second bill, your store loses that money. If your customer doesn't pay a third bill, your customer loses that money. And if you're a sales rep on this call and your store isn't getting paid month 2 or month 3, and the customer doesn't pay it, but that store paid you commission, your store is now losing money because they didn't get month 2 or month 3 and they paid you out, right? So they're leaving that money on the table and it's going to hurt the back end of your store. It's going to hurt your store profitability. And eventually that's going to hurt your bottom line in your pockets. So very important, you have that device protection on there for every single customer. Very important for your conversion rate. My favorite MLOT or money left on the table conversation goes around conversion rate. Look at how many customers are coming into your store today and making payments. If you have 300 payments, just as an example, per month, and you only have 50 activations, you're at about a 15% conversion rate. And if you have 300 customers coming in and you make 100, or not, I meant 50, yeah, 300 payments, 50 activations, you're about 15% for your conversion rate. That same store, if you have 300 payments made and you get that up to 100 activations, you're at 33% activation rate. You've essentially doubled your sales by maximizing on your conversion rate, which is why when you come to money left on the table, conversion rate is my favorite way to measure it and my favorite way to see your opportunity. Now, Boost goal is you should be at 30. If you're above 20, you're in the right direction. You're working towards 30. If you're below 20, so much money is being left on the table. Something needs to be adjusted. Something needs to be tweaked. When I see stores that have huge payments and they're at 15, 12% conversion rate, the message that tells me is you are clerking too many customers. What I mean by clerking them is they're coming in, they're making a quick payment, and you're sending them out the door. You're not asking for add lines. You're not asking for ACP. You're not bundling with device protection, right? So that money left on the table is huge. It's an eye-opening conversation. Again, I'm not going to dig deep into this on this call because this is for everybody, not specifically for owners. But guys, I'm telling you, add device protection to every customer because it will drastically increase the money your store will earn, not just for you as a sales rep for your commission, which it will, but also the likelihood of that customer to stay with you for month 2 and month 3, and the overall profitability and health of your store, right? So it's
Can I chime in for a
super
second?
important. Please do.
So the greatest part of the money left on the table, when somebody does, let's say they lose their phone and they do have device protection, right? You sold it, right? You pulled out that opt-in form, you bundle sold, they got it. When they come into your store and they need to learn how to file a claim, most likely they lost their case with their phone, right? And most likely I know if I lose my phone, I'm not going without somebody. I'm going to grab a friend. She's going to take me to the store just so I have somebody with the phone with me. So you've got the opportunity to not only sell an accessory for sure, but also sell that person that brought them too. So just more swings in the door. We got to think outside of the box. Yes, you make money selling Boost Shield, but there's so much more that comes with it that is included in that money left on the table as well.
Awesome. Very, very good. All right. Do you guys have any questions on that? This is a big, the MLOT could be a whole call in itself, more left on the table. I love saying MLOT. It's a fun word. But any questions on that? I kind of have to dance around it a little bit on this call because I want to get into some specifics. But hopefully what we said is an eye-opener to you. Like maximize your opportunities, maximize your traffic, maximize your conversion rate, maximize the opportunities for device protection, not just on new, but on upgrades. Like a lot of you guys do really good on new. Make sure you get it on upgrades right away as well, or those customers cannot add it to their upgraded devices. So the same assumption close you guys do on new phones needs to be utilized when you're upgrading your customers as well. All right, guys, now we're a couple minutes over. That's all I got for today. We'll open it up. Are there any questions?
%. Here we come. Thank you.
Thank you, Sona. Thank you, guys. Have a great week. Happy selling. Looking forward to a great February, and we'll talk to you next week. Thank you so much.